Paltrocast.
Charlie, how is your day going aside from answering the same questions over and over and over and over again?
It's going great. It's a good day.
Glad to hear that. A great day with a great new movie, The Painter. When
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
actually work on The Painter? Because these days,
We,
you never know if you're talking to somebody who made a movie 4 years ago.
I know, no, it does. It takes a while. People don't understand. You do, but a lot of people don't understand just how long it takes from beginning to actual delivery. We shot this just over a year ago at the end of 2022 in December. So we worked right up till Christmas, and then about a year after that. So about a year ago, we shot this.
That's an unbelievably quick turnaround.
It is a pretty quick turnaround, actually, for a movie of this scale and what we did in it. That's a pretty quick delivery. So I'm really thrilled because I've been waiting to see it since we shot it.
I'm not just going to say for a movie of this scale. I'm going to say for any non-Christmas movie, because Christmas movies seem to be like a 3-week filming and then it's out in about 8 months.
It's crazy how fast they can turn some of these things around.
Yeah. So with this particular project, you've been working steadily for decades now. Sometimes it's multi-episode story arcs on TV. Sometimes you're the star of a film. It's really tough to predict where you are going to pop up. What was your gateway into The Painter? Did you know a producer?
I love doing action. I love doing stunts. I'm a very physical guy, and it just kind of came up. No, I'd not met anyone. It turned out when I got to Vancouver to shoot the movie, I was thrilled to see that the stunt coordinator was Dan Rizzuto, who I had worked with. And I credit him for the incredible choreography of this movie. And he's just incredible at his job. So other than that, I didn't know anyone, but I had a meeting with Steve and Paul. He liked what I had to say about the script. We got Kamani Smith on there, and we decided just to go for it. And a couple of weeks later, I was in Vancouver stunt training.
That was going to be the follow-up question topic. Where was this filmed? Vancouver.
Vancouver, yeah.
Was all the looping also done in Vancouver?
No, I believe I did that here, but at the same time, there was so little. I was very happy. I'm not a huge fan of ADR. I understand it's necessary, but we did just a very small amount of that here. And the funnest part of ADR, if there is a fun part, it's that you get to see part of the movie.
Yeah.
But there was so little that I had to do. I didn't really get to see any of it. So by the time we had the screening a couple of weeks ago, I was so excited to see it, and I wasn't disappointed. It's a great movie.
You did it again. I was going to say, when did you actually get to see the movie? Because a lot of these junkets you'll say great performance, and the person goes, "Oh, really? I haven't seen it yet."
Yeah, no. Luckily, I have seen it. Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. They had a beautiful screening. We went to Paramount. Everybody came together and watched it, and it was a great day. And everybody was in good spirits because the movie was so good.
These days, would you say most of your filming is in Vancouver?
There's a lot. Production is absolutely everywhere. We did that in Vancouver. I start a movie in LA, if you can believe it. I start shooting a movie in LA next week. And then I'm packaging a movie with my manager right now to star in that we think we might be shooting in Montana. So production is absolutely everywhere.
Shooting in LA definitely is rare these days. Same with New York, because isn't there a New York set in Atlanta, and then there's a Vegas set now in New Mexico?
In New Mexico, and obviously I shoot in New Mexico on a fairly regular basis too. So there's the hot spots, but production's really all over the place.
Got it. So we are here to talk about The Painter. How much of the character is there in Charlie the human being?
I think there's a lot. I think he's a very complicated guy. I think it's interesting to be at an age where it's very appropriate for me to be able to play a guy with a haunted past. It was really a thrill to sort of dive into that and try to bring that out of somebody, and to play a guy who's buried a lot and see him have to bring that back up and forced to bring that back up. And I think that was what was really appealing about this character. And also just all the physical nature and the things I would get to do once he realized what he had to do, the things I as an actor was going to get to do. As that character was all very appealing to me.
Was it the first time in your many roles that you've played a character named Peter?
No. I played Peter. I played a character named Peter a few years ago in a fabulous little film called As They Made Us that I'm very proud of. But my name was Peter in that. That's two Peters.
Two Peters.
Did I remember? It's been a long ride, man.
You never know what was retitled for an overseas adaptation. You could have been Peter in another film. We don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know.
But it's not the most complex role that you've done, character driven in that sense. That Buffy character, there was a couple of genders happening as well. I was asking my friend who was on Buffy, hey, you ever encounter Charlie? He goes, no, but he played a very complex character on that.
I did, and I was so young at the time. It
Yeah.
was such an incredible role. I mean, talk about diving in the deep end, a complicated character on Joss Whedon's, at that point, massive hit show. That was
Yeah.
season 5 that I participated in. And it was a dream come true. And I think I was too young to be scared of how crazy the role was. And I just, like I said, just dove right in. But that was incredible. And as a matter of fact, I just saw Claire Kramer a couple of months ago in Paris, and we had dinner, and she's lovely, and it was so nice to see her.
Buffy is everywhere. But you mentioned
It is.
something earlier. You and your manager were working on a project. So you're officially in that sometimes I produce, sometimes I star, sometimes I star.
It depends what time. I'm very fortunate that I'm at a place in my career where I sort of get to decide my own fate. If I like a script, I'll take that on. But now I've started to find scripts I like and develop those with my partner and manager, Bernard Kira.
Mhm.
And we have a movie called High Ground that we're packaging right now, and we're both really excited about it, which I will also star in.
That's fantastic. Was that always the goal from day one, or did that flow over time where you realized, oh, I can also create my own destiny?
I think over time, I think I'm at a place now in just my life where I have the time and the energy to spend on that. And so that's why I'm shifting into that. And again, the whole creating your own destiny, it's nice to be able to put something together for yourself every now and again.
So when you're not busy, creating, being people like Peter, etc., where does your free time go? Because sometimes when I ask that to a starring person, you find out, oh, well, I'm a singer-songwriter, or oh, I have a fashion line, or I have a vineyard, and other people go, nothing. Shut up.
No,
Don't ask me.
it's not that. It's sort of a mix. I like to relax, and it can be hard. I work really hard, and I work a lot of months out of the year, and it really takes it out of me. After The Painter, it took me a bit to really get back completely to physically to feeling great. I'm happy to do it, but I got beat up. Happy to get beat up for a role like that. But I just kind of relax and hang out with friends and spend time with my daughter. I love to travel, and so I just sort of let life unfold in my free time.
Really interesting thing that you just said there. Getting out of the character actually takes time for people.
Yeah, getting out of the character, flushing that out, and also with roles like this, physically getting back to feeling great, and every joint back to 100. It can take a little time because you're working hard when you're doing a movie like this, which I love doing all my own stuff. I love to do all the sequences. I like to do all the stunts. Everything they let me do, I do. And so at the end of the day, you're in a little bit of pain, and it takes a little while to heal up from that.
Do you have an inversion table, your PT set up at home?
I have an Epsom salt bath and a bottle of bourbon.
Did I just set you up to promote your own bourbon line right there?
No, maybe talk to me in a couple of years. I drink enough of it. I should probably have my own.
Got it. So 2 quick questions, and then I let you go. And they have nothing to do with The Painter being out, nothing to do with your next role. You got to say the names enough times for the algorithm to pick it up.
Of course.
First one is, what's the last concert that you went to for fun?
Oh my gosh. What is the last concert I went to? It's so hard to get to concerts these days. I don't even know. It has to have been some little show too, because it wouldn't have been huge. I don't even know. I can't even remember.
So you're not a Hollywood Bowl amphitheater person. Are you more of a Viper Room, hotel cafe?
I'm more of a Viper Room, Will Turn Knitting Factory kind of, but don't get me wrong. I love an amphitheater. I love outdoor concerts. They're really, really super fun.
Are you secretly a metal person?
I don't mind metal. I'm from Missouri, and I grew up listening to country and rock and metal, and I didn't find sort of that singer-songwriter vibe until I was living in LA, which I do love, and I got really heavy into, and even bands like Led Zeppelin, which is considered the first metal band by a lot of people. I didn't really get into till my 20s, and so I grew up. It was all country music and Metallica where I'm from.
Good taste. Well,
So eclectic.
uh, uh, easy going. I would say suiting the mood, you can get behind it. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Sure, sure, sure.
You remain easy to work with on the set, backstage in the trailer, etc. We like Charlie. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah, no, I try to be a good set presence, and I like to set a tone, and everybody just have a good time. And we're making movies; it's a good time.
Totally. And the last question for you, besides The Painter, do you have a show or film recommendation that you could pass on? Because every time the wife and I say, we're going to watch this thing, we watch it in 2 or 3 days and we go, what's next? You know, we're about to finish Fisk, that great Australian comedy show. We need to
Uh,
know what an actor thinks is great.
um, what have I been watching? I actually, sometimes when I watch TV, I like to just turn off sort of like the darker stuff. And I've been rewatching Arrested Development. Like last night, I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of Arrested Development, and it just makes everything okay. That's sort of one of my comfort shows. That and Will Ferrell movies always kind of get me back to feeling okay about stuff. But given some of the roles I've been doing, I like to revisit. I love watching good fight sequences, and so some of the best are John Wick and The Equalizer, great movies to watch for those. And then also, last night, 2 nights ago, I revisited David Mamet's script called Red Belt. That is an incredible, incredible movie.
So I'm hearing you do dumb comedy, you do fight sequences, you do the Mammoth drama stuff. Then with the
Yeah.
music, there's the Metallica and the country. I think.
And then, I just watched Saltburn. It was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Wills did a great score to that. I had the pleasure of speaking with him, but
Oh, really? Well, it's a phenomenal movie. That's a very unique, very cool film.
yeah. Well, the bottom line is congrats on The Painter. Looking forward to your next project. And I guess when I see your name in it, I know it's going to have a lot of craft behind it. So thank you for the decades of great work, Charlie.
Thank you. It's been my absolute pleasure.
Paltrocast.